Hi, this is a continuation video showing how to build a platform using Pygame and Python. In this video, we cover how to work with moving platforms. We've already talked about how to create and run into walls, how to jump, how to scroll from side to side. So the part that's new is this moving platform that not only moves from side to side, but the player can jump onto the platform and pick up that platform's movement. I can jump off this, go to the next level, and once I get to the next level, I can go to the other type of moving platform that I've got, and this is an up and down moving platform. Again, the player block, the red one, will carry the same velocity as the platform that it's on. How do we manage to do this? Well, we're going to point out the things that are new. If you're not sure how to do some of the other things that we're skipping over, go back to the prior videos where we explain how to do that. Okay, to begin with, we still import Pygame, still set up colors and constants. Nothing's new there. We look at the player class. Nothing is new with the player class compared to what I've done before. I don't have to do anything new. That's great. There's quite a bit of code there. Glad I don't have anything new to add to that. We've got the platform class. The platform class also very simple, nothing new with the platform, but what is new is this moving platform class. This moving platform derives from platform, so everything that we coded with platform is here inside of moving platform because platform's a parent class. What we've added, we've got sets of variables right here. Change x and change y manage the velocity of the platform. If change x is -1, it'll move to the left. If it's +1, it'll move to the right. Change y, if it's -1, it'll move up. If it's +1, it'll move down. This allows our platform to move, but we also need to set limits on the platform so that it just doesn't move forever in one direction. These are pixel boundaries for once I hit the boundary for top, bottom, left, or right, I'm going to multiply the change x and change y by -1. This will reverse course for the platform, causing it to move back into the other direction. I also need a handle on the player because if the platform interacts with the player, that is, if the platform collides with the player, I need to push the player to up, down, left, right, that type of thing. The update method. The update method looks similar to the update method for the player. We move the platform left and right according to the change x. And this, again, really similar to the code like what we had for the player. And we see this time, not did we hit a platform like we do with the player, but we look to see if the platform hit a player. This would be the platform, and this would be the player. And we're only interested in the one particular player. If we actually end up hitting that individual player, then we need to do something. And what we do is, if we are moving to the left, that is, we have a change x of -1 or more, or less, depending upon how you look at it. If we have the block moving this way, signified in red, and we have the player here, we set the player's right side here, pointed to by the green, to the block's right side, shoving the player over. If instead the block is moving the other way, we'll shove the player going the other way right here. Works very similar, like I said before, to how the player block moves when it encounters a platform. This time we've got a platform encountering the player. As far as y goes, it's the exact same thing, except instead of left-right, we're working with up-down. It is possible to have a platform bouncing around both in x and y directions. That works as well. What doesn't work very well is if you have a moving platform that shoves a player into a different platform. We don't check for this. We just go ahead and move the player left, right, up, down. We allow the player to be shoved around by the platform. But if the player were to get caught between a rock and a hard place, so to speak, we've got no code to handle that. You would need to add that code yourself. Right now we're assuming that the placement of moving platforms won't allow for that to happen. This code right down here checks to see if the moving platform has hit any of the boundaries. If it does, it reverses direction. So this checks for the bottom boundary, this checks for the top boundary, reverses y. left boundary, right boundary, reverses X. That's the main part of the moving platforms. We still have to create the moving platforms. That's really the only thing that's new. And if you go down here into the level, this is the general level. We've talked about it before. Here is the new part of the level code from what we've talked about. And this new part with the level code adds the custom moving platform. We create the platform with its width and height. We set its current location, and realizing that the X could be quite a bit over to the right, in this case like 1350, because the moving platform is actually off the window over to the right. We set the boundaries for the left and right that the platform is going to move between. We set its initial direction. We go ahead and tell the particular block, we give it a reference to player. Level 2 does the block that moves up and down. Not much different, except you notice we set change Y instead. That's really about all there is to it. I will go ahead and point out that here we have a current level update method. The current level update method, if you go back up here to level, this is the current level, or whatever level we're on. There's an update method. It updates all the platforms so the platforms can move. It updates all the enemies, which we don't have any right now, but if there were enemies, it calls update on all the enemies so that they will move as well. You can do this with multiple lists if you got multiple different things going on. Makes it really easy to update, and the cool thing is it keeps your code down here in your main loop really easy. You just draw the level and you draw your player, and when you want to do the update, you just say update. It updates everything on the level. Alright, so tune in to the next video where we're going to talk about how to actually make this look good by using sprite sheets so that we have custom graphics for what we're doing.